Om Shanti. 19th July 2018, Thursday. Today's blessing is, may you finish the consciousness of I and become an embodiment of success by saying Baba Baba both verbally and in your mind in every situation. Your souls are instrument to increase zeal and enthusiasm in many other souls, and so you cannot ever have the consciousness of I. Not that I did this. No. Baba made you an instrument instead of I. Let it be my Baba, not I did this, I said this. Baba made you do it. Baba did it. You will then become an embodiment of success, Safalta Murt. The more Baba Baba emerges through your lips, the more you will be able to make many others belong to Baba. Let it emerge from everyone's lips that you only have one Baba as your one concern in every situation, Tat and Bat. So Baba is telling us to keep on uttering the word Baba Baba in your mind as well as orally. Let this be your concern. In every situation, this should be your only concern, so that everyone feels that these are those people who have Baba as their only concern. To say that I have done this, to say that I did this. Instead of all this, keep on saying, Baba made me an instrument. Baba did this. Baba said this through me. So when you use and bring Baba everywhere, the total consciousness changes. Even though unlettered, even though illiterate, when the most intellectuals see that these people are constantly uttering the word Baba, they feel intrigued to know what is the reason, what are they saying, what is the meaning of word Baba. And this inquisitiveness makes them search, to investigate, to know more what is this magical word Baba. So Baba is telling us, if you want to become an embodiment of success, keep on uttering the word Baba. Whether you do it in your mind and whether you do it verbally. This is a magical word, a mantra. And the more one utters, the more the feeling of being an instrument arises. If you look at the spiritual experiences, they are very different from what they are in the world. All the spiritualists down the ages, they used to live in a very different world. All the mystics not only of India, but from different parts of the world, they lived in a very different world, a world which was not mundane, a world which was not temporary, a world which was not temporal, a world which was not of this consciousness. They lived in an entirely different consciousness, and people could not understand them. Here also, we Brahmins, or we as Baba's children, we live in entirely different consciousness. What is going on in our mind, in our hearts, is very difficult to understand for a worldly person who lives in limited consciousness, who lives in his limited temporal desires. So one is the mental world inside the mind, what we are thinking, what we are uttering. Another is what we are speaking verbally. So what we speak is a reflection of what is going on in the mind. So Baba is telling us, keep on uttering this word. Baba made me do this. Baba did this. So whilst you do this, automatically your mind also will start thinking, or when you think this inside, automatically this will come out. So both things, in the mind and through mouth. Keep on uttering the word Baba, Baba. And as I said, all the Brahmins, most of them who are aware of the time and intense effort, they live in entirely different consciousness. So it's very difficult for the worldly people to understand what exactly these people are trying to do or trying to say. Only the external expression is what we are saying. So Baba is saying those people should think that these Brahmins have only one concern in every situation, only one tat and baat in Hindi, as it is said, Baba. So when such a thing happens, they would be made or forced to think, what is this institution? They may not understand the philosophy, or they have no time to understand the philosophy, but one thing they will understand, that these are different people. Their perception, their thoughts, their world, their consciousness is entirely different. Some of them may try to enter into the depth and try to understand the level where we are living. Some may not. In the Western world, there was a philosopher, Aldous Huxley. In one of his books, Doors of Perception, he wrote that all these mystics, Kabir, Eckhart, Mira, and all these people, what they describe in their books or their songs as mysterious experiences, Aldous Huxley says these are just the side effect of drugs, nothing else. What the LSD, what the psychedelic drugs, what the charas and ganja, if somebody drinks or takes, he sees light, he sees shower of Amrit coming from heaven. So he says what Kabir is describing, that from out of the cloud of God's love, the nectar is raining. He sees this is a manifestation of the drug effect. And what Meera is describing, that she is seeing Krishna dancing in front of her, Huxley says this is also a misperception. These are hallucinations in medical terms. So he says all these mystical experiences, they are nothing but drug effects. All the mystics, whether it is Saint Francis or Saint Clare or Saint Bernard or all the mystics. So in his books he describes, and he tried to experiment with himself by taking such drugs. He took those drugs and he started seeing visions. He got catapulted in some different world of consciousness, and in that world he started hearing certain voices, and he comes out and he says what these people are writing, these devotees of God, these saints, these mystics, that they see some nectar flowing from somewhere, or they hear the voices of God, or they feel somebody is touching them, some divine hand. So he says all these are just misperceptions, hallucinations, drug effects. So what is happening in the spirituality, what's happening in the spiritual world, it's not so easy for a worldly person to understand. Because spiritualists, they live in an entirely different world, as I said. Because the experiences which we get in the bodiless stage, and when we come down and try to make temporal people understand, those worldlings will never reach that level of consciousness. But because our experiences are coming out from that bodiless stage, for example, if we do Amrit Vela, and the person is not philosopher, and the person has not read anything, and the person has just Baba's love in his heart, and he reads the Murli, and it is written, get up at 2 o'clock and remember Baba, and that person, that illiterate person, gets up and tries to remember Baba, and suddenly gets some divine vision, and suddenly gets some touching, and suddenly goes into the bodiless stage, and he enters into the different world of consciousness, and there he perceives something else, and there, in those moments, suddenly a new realization comes to him, and then he comes out and he tries to explain to the worldly people. Now he is here, the worldly people are here, their consciousness is here, they have never entered into this world of bodilessness, and he has experience, and he comes down here, he tries to explain. So most of the things which he says, these people will say might be some drug effect, might be some hallucination, because what he is describing appears out of the world to these people. So it's not possible. So the only expression which we have in hand outside, Baba says, keep on using the word Baba everywhere. At least they will feel intrigued, they will feel surprised, and they will try to understand, what is this? Who is this Baba? Probably this thought would make them or force them explore this world of spirituality, and they will enter here. So now another question here is how to, there could be one deception here, that outside somebody is saying Baba, Baba, but inside there is a feeling that I am just doing it for the sake of showing others. An exhibition sort of thing can enter into this. So it is not just by uttering verbally, but that anhad should go on within. It is not just about speaking Baba, Baba, but that should go on within. Even though when you speak it's good, but then we have seen people who keep on uttering Baba, Baba, but they don't follow Srimad. They keep on uttering Baba, Baba, but inside they are doing something else. It's not so simple affair. But still Baba today is saying keep on uttering verbally, but that verbally should come out from the heart. But that should not be a deception also. It's said in psychology, suppose there is a room and two persons, A and B, they are meeting in this room. There are not two people in the room, there are at least 6 people are meeting. How come? In psychology, it's said when 2 people meet, there are 2 people in the room and they are meeting. A is coming to meet B. So not A and B are meeting. There are 6 people at least meeting each other. Because A is divided in 3 parts. 1, what he is. Second, what he thinks he is. And third, what others think he is. So there are 3 A's in 1 A. So there are 3 persons here and 3 persons here. B, what he is, what he thinks he is, and what others thinks he is. So there are 6 people who are meeting. Yeah, so that is little different. Here I am talking of One person only is divided into so many because we are wearing masks. At home we are different, at Madhuban we are different, in the room we are different, in front of others we are different. When all Brahmins are there and suddenly there is a traffic control and we are like a statue in Baba's remembrance. But when nobody is watching us and we are in our room, that time all activities are going on and traffic control is also going on. Where has gone the statue-like stillness? So we are a different person there. When we are on the stage and when we are in the public, we are different. When we are in front of everyone, when we are in the closed room, we are different. So one person wearing so many masks. So it is not that every time you find that somebody is just saying Baba, Baba, Baba. It means he is in remembrance. So this could be a deceptive thing for us also. Reminding others. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's why I said this could be deception, but in spite of that, keep on saying. Baba did this, Baba did this. It is Baba's home. All foreigners, how they talk. This is Baba's home. This is Baba's car. This is Baba's pen. This is Baba's book. They use everywhere the word Baba. Indians do use, but to less extent. But they keep on saying everything for Baba, Baba, Baba. So this is a good thing. Of course, this should be a practice. But always also remember, this should not be just a lip service. It just not should be a show outside. But it should come out from the heart. From the depth of the heart. And it is not just about saying with mouth. It should go on within. That anhadanad, that continuous sound should come out from inside our mind. It's written in the Bible, and I love that, and I quote it many times. Not everyone who cometh and saith, Lord, Lord. Not everyone who cometh and saith, Lord, Lord, but he that doeth the will of my Father shall enter the kingdom of heaven. It's not just by saying, Lord, Lord, Lord. But he that doeth the will of my Father, he who follows his Srimad, who he follows his commandments, shall enter the kingdom of God. So if suppose one person is there, he's saying Baba, 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 and he's not following any Srimad, what do you call this? What do you call this? He keeps on saying or she keeps on saying Baba, Baba, Baba. But he doesn't get up for Amrit Vela, and he doesn't listen Murli, and doesn't churn Murli, and doesn't discuss Murli, and doesn't follow any Srimad throughout the day. But they keep on saying Baba, Baba, Baba. No? Yeah, that is a deception. That is a hypocrisy. Yeah? That is a pretension. So, this is a double standards, practicing double standards. In one of the Murlis in 1969, Baba has said, these people who say something and do something, they are khaufnak, dangerous people. They are not ordinary people. They are dangerous people. They say one thing, but they do something else. Yeah, they have Ram somewhere and Bagal. In their arms, they are carrying a dagger. So, it is not just about saying. So, two things are there. Saying in the mind and saying orally. Though Baba is saying today, keep on saying Baba, Baba, Baba. But this saying outside should be, we should not become that khaufnak, that dangerous people who are doing two different things. Saying something and doing something. One of the Marathi saints says, बोले तैसा झाले त्याची वंदना पाऊले अंगे झाडीन अंगेन त्याचे दायित्व करीन. If I find any such rare person who speaks and he does the same thing, I will sweep his courtyard with my whole body. As a broom I will sweep his courtyard. But I am not finding such a person who does the same thing what he speaks, kathani and karni. So, in the mind, with mouth, keep on uttering Baba, Baba. This should be only your tat and only your baat. in every bath, in every situation, that should be your only concern. So this also increases being an instrument, and that increases zeal and enthusiasm, and get away from this consciousness of I. Regardless of what, even if those who are practicing hypocrisy, but still they are at least uttering the word Baba, that's good. Okay, if they are not saying from their heart, but still they are saying, in Bhakti Marg it is said that the name of God is greater than He Himself. Name of Ram is greater than Ram himself. Who is greater than God? So God's name. That is the answer. So Baba did this, keep on saying verbally as well as through your lips. And then others, at least if suppose I am saying Baba Baba and I am not saying with my heart, but others who are listening, they do not know I am saying with heart or just as a temple on the surface. So still they will get attracted and they will come. So this is today's blessing. Om Shanti.